Hello there. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. If you don't know me, my name is Jenny Pena. I am a national board certified health and wellness coach, diabetes prevention program lifestyle coach, founder of Gen Coaching, and creator of the A1C Reset Protocol, which is my own signature 12-week one-on-one health coaching program designed to support your blood sugar, regain your energy, lower your A1C, prevent type 2 diabetes, and also get rid of that brain fog that sometimes is all connected to blood sugar. And I am super excited about this month. And this was a topic that I chose just because, well, two reasons. One reason, April is Alcohol Awareness Month. So I am going to be sharing a lot of different information around alcohol and the impact that it has on your health, and hyper focus on the things that I am an expert of, right? We're talking about blood sugar, we're talking about energy, we're talking about weight loss. And every week on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, I'm just going to jump in here and share a bit of information. And hopefully, you can have that educated decision and just dig into like what alcohol does to your body, which is something that a lot of my clients will ask. They ask no matter what type of coaching they're accomplishing, they would want to know what type of alcohol, what happens, can I, shouldn't I, like all of these questions. And I'm not going to be here to tell you that you shouldn't or that you should. That is a decision that you are going to make. And let's just get started, right? Now, what is happening in your body? And I know this is very dramatic. I wanted a dramatic entrance. That glass of wine might be messing up with your blood sugar. And I'm going to share this as a personal note, right? I used to have this drink every single evening, and it became that constant just to manage stress, manage the day, relax. Being a new parent, my son has autism, and that brings another set of things and stress sources that come with that. And to me, having that glass of wine was amazing, but it was impacting my health and impacting other things. And it was something that I was going to really to manage something else that was going on. And I'm going to like give some color into that. But now let's go into what really happens in your body when you get that first drink and what you can do about it. Okay? Now, this is the hidden variable that not many people talk about. Not many people talk about. And it's just about telling you not to drink. I want you to just get the understanding of what happens in your body. A lot of my clients are like, wait, this is what happens? And I'm like, yes, this is what happens. And if you're working on balancing your blood sugar, if you're working on weight loss, if you're working on lowering your A1C, and alcohol is that element that you have not assessed as to, okay, does it play a part on my daily life or not? What should I do? What are the choices? Then I would say, let's think this through. Now, I want you to understand that the liver can only do one job at a time. And the liver is responsible for both processing alcohol and releasing that stored glucose to keep blood sugar stable. So when you drink, it drops everything to deal with the alcohol first. The way that I like to tell my clients is that alcohol is seen as poison for the body. So the liver is going to drop everything. And guess what the liver is going to do? Try to get that poison out of your body. It's trying to process that alcohol and getting it out of the body. And what happens with everything else? Well, it's just going to put it on the back burner. Now, the impact that it has on blood sugar, and a lot of people ask me that, is does it increase the blood sugar or does it lowers the blood sugar? And it's a complex answer, both. And it depends on the environment. It depends on when you're incorporating that drink or those drinks. And what did you eat during that time? What happened during that time? There are a lot of different factors. But the main point of this is to know that the moment that you drink alcohol, your liver is going to focus on processing that alcohol and it's going to put on the back burner anything else that needs to be done. Just think about that. Now, there are two different outcomes, like I shared. First, let's say that it's on an empty stomach, you had a low carb day, you didn't eat that much. Maybe you were actually, which some clients do, maybe you were actually like saving the calories for the alcohol. Well, I'm here to tell you that when you do that, your blood sugar can actually drop too low. Even hours later after you sleep, it can have that impact. And that is what is called hypoglycemia. And it's going to leave you shaky, anxious, exhausted. And the next morning, you're just going to feel like that. You're going to feel like very low energy. And you may blame it on, oh, well, it's a hungover, but it is actually your blood sugar that is being impacted, right? Now, let's look at it in a different way. Now, sometimes the drinks and the happy hour and the events, they come with a lot of sugary drinks and a huge meal. And meals that typically are higher in fat, higher in like fried processed things, and typically not very healthy or very balanced. So, what ends up happening is your blood sugar is going to spike first. It's going to spike because you're having all of these food, and then it's going to crash. Now, you're going to feel what that roller coaster effect is that I talk about a lot on my podcast. I talk a lot about on my content. That is, when your blood sugar spikes very drastically, your body's going to start producing extra insulin because it wants to bring that blood sugar to adequate levels. And then what happens is that, like a roller coaster, you just crash. You feel that low energy again. And typically, when that happens, then you're trying, your body's constantly trying to be here, and then the blood crash goes here, and then it goes down here. So you're trying to feel that happy medium, and your body's just working extra hard to reach that. So again, the two scenarios, whether you decide not to eat, you may end up with hypoglycemia. And then if you eat a lot of these sugary drinks and stuff, it creates that roller coaster. And in the end, it leaves you hungrier, tired, and you're going to have more cravings, right? So neither scenario will support stable glucose levels. Now you may be asking, okay, Jenny, so what are you trying to tell me, that I should not drink? I have occasional drinks. I do like wine. I have it, but I'm going to share a few tips so that you can support your blood sugar in a way that it's not going to get you into hypoglycemia and it's not going to get you into that roller coaster effect. Now, this is the strategy. This is a very simple strategy. Eat a balanced plate before your first drink. Don't try to cut the calories ahead of time because you know you're going to have a couple of drinks. Don't do that. Eat a balanced plate before you first drink. What is that? Is that beautiful formula that I like to call PFF. Think about best friend forever. So PFF is protein, healthy fat, and fiber. Make sure that something like that, have your meal, have grilled salmon, chicken, beef, steak, roasted vegetables, a salad that has eggs or avocado. Like, incorporate those elements so that your blood sugar is already stable. And eating first, and this is the key, eating first, it will slow the alcohol absorption. If your stomach is empty, that alcohol is going to be absorbed, and the other elements and the other impact that alcohol has in your body, that is going to be exacerbated. So eating before and having then your drink will give the liver a fighting chance to keep glucose stable, because ultimately that's what you want. You want your glucose to stay stable. And let's say that, okay, you did not do that, and you need fixes. Okay, Jenny, I know that you talk about having a balanced plate and it's amazing, but guess what? I just didn't do it, and I had my drinks. And now this is how I'm feeling. So if you're feeling a little shaky, if you know that your blood sugar is going low, make sure you grab a small, slow digesting snack to see if that counteracts with that low that you're getting. But please avoid sugary foods because that is just going to get you in that roller coaster that we talked about. It is not going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel worse, actually. So have that small, slow digesting snack, nuts, cheese, boiled eggs, chicken, right? Like if you're at a bar, make sure you gravitate towards the things that have more protein. And trust me, there are some options out there. I know most of them are deep fried or with a lot of coating, but trust me, there are options out there. Now, if you're feeling that post drink spike, if you're like, oh boy, I had these sugary cocktails, I am feeling that spike coming in, what am I going to do? I would say hydrate well, drink lots of water. I would say even in general, just like squeeze a glass of water in between drinks. That will help the system slow down. Take a short walk and skip the carbs because you already have the sugar super high. So try to find some sort of movement because movement helps your cells use the glucose more efficiently. So it's gonna naturally help you balance that blood sugar. Okay? So we already talked about, okay, like 3 takeaways. The liver will stop everything the moment that you get that alcohol. It is going to work on getting the alcohol out of your system, right? And before you know that you're going to have some drinks, make sure you eat a balanced meal. And then here you have some fixes if you didn't get to do that, right? Now, I want you to understand that, yes, like these actions, you may be like, okay, does this really make a difference? And I know this sounds like very cliche, like small actions, big impact, but yeah, this is what I see. This is what I see every day when I coach clients that have done the extreme things, have done that, okay, I will never drink again, or have done that, I will never have carbs again, or they have done intermittent fasting, or I'm going to eat once a day and starve myself, or I'm going to the gym for 2 hours. A lot of these huge measures, they tend to not be sustainable. And in the end, they may have a quick impact, but they don't have a big impact. So that's why, even though it sounds a little bit cliche-ish, small actions, simple actions, tweaks that you can stick with, those are the ones that have the biggest impact on your overall health. And these are the strategies that I work with my clients when they join the A1C Reset Protocol. The A1C Reset Protocol is my 12-week one-on-one coaching program. And if you're wondering if it is for you, there's a QR code in here. You can send me a message if you want to. I can send you the link so you can book a clarity call. And it's 20 minutes long. And we're just going to talk about what are your challenges, what are your goals, and assess if this is right for you or not. I have had individuals that after we have a conversation, we realize, okay, this may not be the right program for you. And I will be the first one to direct you to wherever I need or know that would be better for you. But this program, if you're looking to support your energy, if you're experiencing brain fog, if you know that diabetes runs in your family and you really want to get into clear strategies so that you can effectively prevent type 2 diabetes, get that energy back, or even you're experiencing that roller coaster. A lot of people think that they need to wait until their A1C levels are high or they reach prediabetes levels, and that is not true. I'm here to tell you that probably most of us have eaten a meal, and then after eating a meal, we feel like we want to crash. We need a siesta, we need a nap, and that is because your blood sugar just spiked and crashed. I'm here to tell you that. And the 3 p.m. slump, when you're feeling that, okay, that energy level is going super low, it's probably because of maybe not incorporating as much protein and fiber and not having a balanced lunch. And you're experiencing that blood sugar roller coaster. So feel free to reach out, send me a message. Here's the QR code for you to book a free clarity call and let's chat. Now, next week, I am going to talk. I'm going to be right here again, live at 1 o'clock. Plan for it. Plan your lunch. Bring your lunch over, and feel free to message me any questions that you may have. And who knows? Maybe I can address them right here. But we are going to talk about how alcohol affects stress hormones, right? Like the cortisol, the cravings, and the mood, because it does have impact on that. And there is a lot of interactions between all the different hormones. I know a lot of people talk about cortisol, but there's ghrelin and there's leptin. And a lot of these hormones interact and they send signals to the brain. And this is the real physiological reason behind sometimes when you're having to drink, how you feel like, okay, I just need to have all of these sugary snacks, or I need to have this craving that are very specific. We're going to talk about that next week. So thank you so much for your time. And feel free to reach out if you have a takeaway, if you have a follow-up question. I will be more than glad to support you on your journey. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.